Rabies is a viral infection that attacks the cerebral spinal fluid and the brain of an animal or a human. Rabies, when symptoms begins, almost is always fatal. So it's very important to get treatment. In the United States, rabies is mostly spread by wild animals such as raccoons, skunks, foxes, and bats. Though it's rare in the United States, domestic animals can spread rabies. Rabies is transmitted in either bite wounds or through indirect contact with either scratches or with mucous membranes of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. This contact, like I said, can be indirect or it can be direct, so it's not just from bite exposures where we need to be concerned. The symptoms of rabies normally start out with lethargy and fever and nausea, vomiting in animals. This progresses to an unsteady gait. It can cause seizures, it can cause foaming at the mouth, which is related to excessive salivation and a difficulty in swallowing. Also, difficulty in breathing is very common in animals. It's important to realize, though, that though it's commonly regarded that animals who are rabid foam at the mouth, not all rabid animals do foam at the mouth, and not all animals that foam at the mouth actually are rabid. So certain diseases like distemper can also cause that presentation. Though rabies is a fatal disease, rabies is preventable. It's important to get prompt treatment if you are bitten or if your animal is bitten. So if you're bitten or an animal is bitten, you want to make sure that you thoroughly wash the wound. And also you want to seek out medical attention to determine whether or not you need post-exposure prophylaxis. Now, it's commonly thought of that post-exposure prophylaxis requires shots in the abdomen. There's been a lot of progress in this area over the past 10 years, and that's no longer required. What will actually happen is you'll be given a series of shots around the wound sites. These are very small shots. It's called RIG. It prevents the infection from moving. And then you'll be given 4 shots over 14 days, which resemble the kind of shot you would get for a flu shot. If your domestic animal is exposed to a bite or exposed to wildlife in an unknown capacity, it's important that this is reported to animal control and to the local health department. It's also important that you seek veterinary care for your animal. The health department regularly receives reports of bad exposures or possible bad exposures. Because bats have such small teeth, it's impossible sometimes to tell if you've been bitten. If you were asleep at the time, or if the bat was found in a room with a small child or with an animal, treatment will likely be initiated unless the animal is available for testing. Since rabies is almost always fatal, it's important that timely treatment is initiated if exposure occurs and you undertake prevention techniques. One of the most important things that you can do is get your animal vaccinated. Additionally, as a person, you can greatly reduce your chances of rabies exposure by making sure that you don't interact with animals that you don't know. If an animal is in distress, please contact an approved wildlife rehabilitator. And always remember, if you have questions or you think you've possibly been exposed, please contact the health department. You can contact the Division of Environmental Health by contacting our phone number 301-609-6751.